Hi, Duras. I'm so excited. I'm
Yeah.
so thrilled to be here today. Like, I'm literally so excited. And
hmm
yeah, I'm excited to be doing this.
Thank you. Thank you so much. In today's episode, we have Lois.
Hi,
Is
guys.
very
Okay. Hi, guys. Hello, everyone. My name is Lois, just like I he has said,
mhm.
and I'm literally so excited to be here today.
Before we get started, Lois, if you get that question correctly, you get a free merch. Whenever I'm coming to Abuja, I'll bring it for you. It's a design merch.
Okay.
So now, the thing about the question is that you have two trials and you get to give your answer at the ending of the whole meeting.
I Google it.
No, you can't do that. And I'm trusting that you would not do that. What is the full meaning of PNG?
Funny manner.
What are you saying?
Okay.
We would like for you to introduce yourself with your name, nickname, kind of designs do you do? What's your best or favorite learning resource? It could be a person, place, animal, thing, anything, but your favorite resource for learning.
Hi guys, my name is Lois. My nickname, well, my name already sounds like a nickname, so yeah, Lois still goes. I'm a product and graphic designer. So I started my design career as um, a self-taught graphic and brand designer in college, like that school in 2017, and eventually entered into products, and here I am today. So I still do all of them. I do product design, I do graphic design because graphics is literally like my baby, like something I've done all my life. So it's definitely YouTube University. As in YouTube, I don't know. Like I said, I started out as a self-taught designer, and YouTube is literally where is the goat, the greatest of all time. Is where
Yeah.
everything is. It's free, you can build an entire career just by watching YouTube videos and practicing. I learned graphics by watching YouTube. I learned Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects, Figma, everything I know. I would say like 95% was through YouTube University. So YouTube is like my favorite learning platform. I mean, even when I started taking professional courses, maybe on Coursera or Udacity, everything in the courses were things like I already kind of had knowledge of through self-learning by YouTube. So yeah, YouTube is my favorite.
I did a research about boot camps that are free in Nigeria, and turns out that there are only four that are free boot camps in Nigeria for teaching design, and every other thing
Yeah.
is paid. So aside the free ones, YouTube is like the ultimate, like is the king. I accept that 100%. You mentioned now, before we get to the questions, you mentioned now that you've been doing like design since college. Were you already like working, like really, really working from there? Like where did your working experience start from?
Well, my working experience started like let's say months after people knew that I could design, because I would
How
get
many
like, oh,
months?
can you help me? I would say maybe 6 months. It started from church, my church then in school. Oh, help us design
Mm-hmm.
this one, and my friends would like help me do this, help me do that. And then I would also like do personal things. Oh, I just designed this, with that. I'll just share my work on maybe social media then. And then for my paid experience, I'll probably say around a year after I started learning. Because when I started learning, my goal wasn't to like make money at that point. My goal was just to know.
So many people start making money. That I think for me, that's a flawed. I know the sakpa in the land, but that's a very flawed way to start. Now you can choose not to answer this. How much? Not how much you earn now. Don't worry. I want to ask how much was the first
I know
payment?
my first design, right? Okay, my
Yeah,
first payment. First payment. My first payment was 3K. I used to design logos for 3K.
mad. Wow,
Yeah,
you're
I
a
used to
big
design logos
girl.
for 3K. 3K wasn't big. Actually, because before I even transitioned from that 3K to 5K, even 2K, wow, from 5K to 15K, 15K to 30K, and 30K to like above, like,
Mm-hmm.
So even the logo I was designing for 3K was like really, really good. Like most of them still use it till now. So yeah, 3K was
Massive.
my lowest.
Who was your first client? Was it Nigerian? And like, what's the story behind finding that first client?
It's definitely a Nigerian. I didn't really
Mm-hmm.
know about the whole international remote work thing then. I mean, maybe I knew, but like I didn't really know how it worked. So my first client in Nigeria, and it was either my family or my friend. It was one of them. Like I told you, family and friends was where
Yeah.
they are the people that started giving me gigs. So I can't particularly remember what exactly the project was about. Or maybe it was my brother asking me to design album art for him or design clothing line logo for him. Around
So
one of those things.
so your product design. Now I'm sure you can remember your product design first clients when you first started doing like actual product design when you transitioned into from your logo and branding. So your product design first clients, you can remember them, Abby. So they were
Yeah, of
Nigerians.
course. It was for a blockchain crypto company.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's huge. Ah, good.
Yeah,
That's
I think
huge.
for my product, I didn't really want to suffer much in my product design journey, because I already suffered all the suffering in graphic design,
Mm-hmm.
business. I learned all the lessons in business, SACPA, everything, living in the trenches. So
Ah,
when I started learning about product design, I was like, no, everything that I wish I knew then is what I'm going to put in. So I literally I dived into big things, right? For
mm-hmm.
my product design. I didn't take gigs that were meaningless, I didn't take gigs that were below a certain amount. I didn't because I already, I told you I suffered all of those days in my graphics brand experience. So I didn't want to go through that. I was kind of like a pro with the business of design. So I was like, this guy, this product design, me and you eat the money, I have the experience. And then the fact that I also had graphic experience also helped the people that, wanted to work with me because they'll be looking for somebody who was a product designer but knows about graphics. So it was kind of like a stepping stone for me. Just like, oh, you might looking for a product designer who is also a animator or who's also an
Yeah,
artist, all those kind of perks.
yeah. Who
So
who
yeah,
can do
my first
logo?
product design was big money, like very, very big money. Like it was huge. I was like, hell no, I'm not doing any of those 3K things. Nah.
God, am I a stone? Am I a stone, Lord? So now, right, that aside, what's the experience like getting that client? Was it like a company or was it a full-time gig? Like, was it a like freelance or full-time gig?
And it was a full-time job. Maybe the other products work I had done was in the company that I was working with. They would, when they employ you, you're supposed to be a
Uh-huh.
graphic designer, and then now you're doing
Yeah,
animation, you're doing um video, you're even doing project management, you're doing everything.
exact.
So I think it
Yeah.
was there. It was there. I did a lot. I did a couple of things there. And then I was learning, I had a lot of personal projects on products, like very huge personal projects. I would look at like what top guys are doing, companies and what they need, and I'll try to work on those kind of ideas.
I still have your portfolio. Can I share that? Okay,
But
okay.
yeah, that was, I think the one you have is what helped me to get the job that I got that time.
Please send it. So everybody watching at home, you can check the link in the description. She would send it and it will be there.
I would post my work on WhatsApp, on Facebook. Then I used to use Facebook a lot. I don't use Facebook anymore. I'm not the most social media savvy person, to be very honest. Like social media is not my thing. I always try to be in the background, just doing my thing. I don't like all the noise, especially on Twitter. It's hard for me to like navigate through. I wish I could. Maybe I'll learn how to in the future. Those people that knew me directly, they would give me gigs or they would refer me. Like one of the biggest gigs I got were true referrals. Oh, I gave your number to somebody, he's going to reach out to you. Like, and I didn't know,
Mm.
oh, the gig was going to be like a very huge nationwide project. I also went out of my way to apply. If I see somebody say, oh, I'm looking for a designer that'll help me do this, I'll send the person a pitch, a proposal, or I'll cold email people, hey, I can help you do this, I can help you do that, I can help you like I think you need to work here and here, and I'll be able to offer those services to you. So when they always say that if something doesn't come to you, you should go to it. So
Yeah.
sometimes you need to also spread your wings. And then they would always say like let your work speak for you. Sometimes you have to work for it to speak for you. You can't
Mm-hmm.
just be like, oh yes, I'm a designer and jobs should be coming to me. No, you have to go out of your way to,
Meet the
excuse
job.
me, you have to go out of your way to get what you want. Especially because I was trying to tailor my clients, and then I wanted to move out of my friends and family zone to because of the way they were pricing me, and I felt like outgrown that. So I moved out of my friends and family zone to putting my work on Instagram, LinkedIn, also going to apply for things like jobs, openings, people that are looking for freelancers, Upwork. I wanted to like expand my network. So yeah, I would go for what I wanted, networking and being part of a community. Again, I'm not the best networker in the world. I barely go out of my house. But yeah, like meeting people, at least the few times I've gone out for an event, they'll ask me, oh, what do you do? I'm a graphic designer or I'm a product designer. And they'll be like, wow, a lady being a designer. Oh, can I see some of your works? And then I'll just send them my portfolio. I'm like, oh, wow, this is really good. This is really good. Can you do this and do that? And then from there, they become my client, they become my friend, actually get clients. Even from chikers that are just chiking me, hey, fine
Ah.
girl. I'm not even interested in them. But then they'll be like, yeah, what do you do? I'll just grudgingly answer, I'm a designer. Hey, you're a designer, what do you design? Can you do billboard? Can you do this one? Can you do that one? I'm like, yes, I can do it. There's nothing in this life I cannot do. And that's how I get clients. There's something called a share of mind. Whenever they think about design, they'll think about, oh, Lois, because they've been seeing it. It's just like advertising. When you see billboards everywhere, it's like all up in your face. It's like you don't even know when it's like you consciously associate things with these people because advertisements. You think about Nike, Coca-Cola, their marketing
Yeah.
is everywhere. So you have to do that for yourself. You have to market yourself. You have to post on social media. It's fake life, it's kiniko. But for me, I would say leave the fake life people and focus on your own self, focus on just putting out stuff, just stay out of all the noise and focus on yourself. People will actually reach out to you. Recruiters will actually reach out to you. Hey, do you want to do this? Are you available? Like for real, for real. So yeah, putting yourself out there also helps you to like get clients, going for what you want, code emailing people, networking, socializing, being part of a community too, being part of a community like the one that both of us are in. And people drop like jobs from time to time, and then you get to see them. If you're available, you take it. If you're not, you just let it be.
I was hearing from what you said, like, putting your work out there consistently, bring your own advertiser, like advertising yourself all the time. That works.
Yeah.
Secondly, networking with people, that works. Those are the things I'm hearing you say. And constantly doing your thing without the noise of the whole being like a product designer, trying to make and do unnecessary things for attention. The designs we're putting out, was it like a steady, regular based design? Was it like every week you put out design, every day you put out design? Or was it that once that mood come, you just put out work out there and then you rest?
Okay, to be very honest, it wasn't that regular. At some point, I tried to create a schedule. Okay, every Monday I'll post on Instagram, post here. And then posting is actually hard, to be very honest. Designing is one thing, posting your job is another stress because I'll have to
Another
resize
stress.
some of them to fit Instagram size, to fit LinkedIn, to fit, and then if I just put one size of image everywhere, it might not really work. So sometimes I'll have to like resize, I'll have to plan, and then I'll post on Behance. And then, oh, with this Behance image, can I still use it on Instagram? Posting is actually a lot of work, especially if you're not social media savvy. If it's not your thing, it's like extra work.
I personally like to work with like schedules and routines. There was a time I also felt that, that thing you said about share of mind. There was a time in my own
Yeah.
like career space where I was posting almost twice or three times a week. And during that period, for like a month, people are always reaching out. Hey, Jones, how far? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do this? Well, I'm seeing your design. I know those kind of things. And it's constantly in their mind. If somebody talks about design somewhere else, and they'll be like, oh, I know a designer. They'll be like, drones. Because they know that they constantly see this thing. It's exactly the same thing that MTN and Coca-Cola do to us. That will be testing and for no reason want to drink Fanta or Coke. And there's water. We'll just be like, oh, let's drink Fanta or Coke. So what can you say about your experience with Nigerian clients as a designer?
Well, my experience has not been that bad, and it's just been there. It's nothing extraordinary. It helped me in my growing phase. So
Say the
until I
truth, Lois.
realized,
Uh-huh.
until I realized that I wanted better for myself, and then I had to figure out how to get the better that I wanted. But yeah, working with Nigerian clients can be good. It can also be horrible. Pricing, people not respecting your time. And it can also be good because some people are like less stressful. They know what they want, they go for it. It depends. It's like a mixed feeling sort of thing. It's good, bad.
What has been your bad experience with Nigerian clients? That's
Hey,
the gist. That's very cool.
my bad part. So there was this guy that I designed for. He refused to pay me, and he also tried to undervalue my work a lot. He'd be like, I have a lot of designers that I could have just sent this to. I'm just using you just because I like your work or I like you. Tons of designer on my teams I could have just sent it to. And then he was a Nigerian that was no longer in Nigeria. I literally took his work from 0 to 100, because I'm somebody that I come into a place, things are not working, I try to make it work. So, he would try to talk down on me subtly, but I'll be like, yeah, whatever. So it's not to design, collect my money. I don't care about this guy and everything. So one time I did a job and he refused to pay me, and I really needed the money. And it's funny because it's 20K. Now looking back at it, I'm like, I would never fight somebody over 20K. But then 20K was like 20 million naira to me.
It was big money
And then
now.
he refused to pay me. And I was done with it. And then, okay, he would say he can't withdraw because there's a restriction on the amounts that he's supposed to spend and he has other things to do. So I'll wait. And then, like I said, I hate fights, I hate conflict. So I'll try again. I'll now go and craft a nice message. Like I'm somebody that if I want to say something, I think about it a lot. I take my time to make sure what I'm saying is not going to hurt somebody. So I'll go and craft message. Hello, sir. Please, I beg you in the name of God, sir. Please, I really need I don't stay with my parents, so I need money to fend for myself. The girl will just slap me with one message and I'll be like, and so what? And so what's my it was so crazy. It was like literally very heartbreaking.
Wait. Now I think some people will be asking, is it 20K naira or dollars?
20K naira, 20,000 naira.
And he was not even in Nigeria.
Did you get? So I don't know. Anyways, eventually he was like, because I'd finished all the work, I'd not given him the full file. So I just given him like, images. Some of them are supposed to be printed. So I just given him like images of what we did. Now the next thing is for me to like send the files over and he would print them or use them. So it was just images, mere images. And then he was like, that's, he has not even collected the work. I can keep the money if I want. I can keep the work if I want. And I should eat it. I should keep it. And I'm like, oh, no problem. I'll keep it. And then, to be honest, I'm not, what am I keeping it for? I would have wanted us to just settle this amicably. This was months, getting into 6 months after we had done. 4 months, 6 months thereabout after we had done. Like, to show you how long, it wasn't a one-time thing. It was like a continuous thing. I was so heartbroken because at that point in my life, I was really broke. About a year and a half later, out of the blues, because I deleted his number, I blocked him. Over a year later, this guy now texts me out of the blues that he and his team, they just came back from Dubai, they're in Nigeria, that if I like, I can be informing or I can come and, give them the job, blah, blah, blah. I was livid. Some very stupid message like that, I was livid. I'm like, this guy is such a child. Like, he's such a child. He's not, he's somebody that he's in his 30s. And then I was like in my early 20s. I'm still in my early 20s, yeah. But like, I was younger, maybe like 4 years, 3 years younger than I am right now. So, bruh, the guy was, I'm like, what kind of agbaya is this? This one is an agbaya for real. Because why are you behaving like that in secondary school? I was livid. And then I don't like conflict, it makes me feel somehow. But then I have to go back and forth with this guy for a while. And then I sent him a message. Even in trying to like insult him, I was still respectful because the person beat me. I sent him a message that refusing me to pay my money, you have the guts and effrontery. Those English that in Nollywood when they want to insult somebody, just come. You have the effrontery and the guts. And that kind of thing. So, and then after 6 months, over a year, at some point, sent me a very long message. I read it. I was like, whatever, I don't have the strength to do this. And up to today, I've not gotten my 20K, but yeah, I don't care. It's one of those lessons that you learn.
It's gone for vanishing. I had a client tell me that one statement that you made there, and he was like, "Is this all your design is? Like, my team can do better than this." And after we had spoken for like a week, we had concluded the deal. He had given me the money, and I gave him the first design. And he was like, "Is this all the?" That time we used to meet in that cafe. Yeah. When I used to come there, It was his design. My house is in Sharp Corner, so it was like far. It was his design I used to come there to do like every day from my house. That was far. And then at the end of like 1 week, and he told me that same thing. Was like, "Is this what you have to offer? My team can do better." And the next day, I just sent him back his money straight up. I didn't even do it. I just sent him back his money because I feel I resonate with you. It's annoying. It's really bad.
I mean, your team can do better. Why did you reach out to me?
why did you hire me? Why did we even get to this?
But
Because you
I
saw
don't
my
I don't like it
portfolio.
when people work with you and they feel like they're doing you a favor. It's a two-way thing. I'm giving you value, you're giving me value. We're both, I'm giving you my services, you're paying me. No, you're not helping me, I'm not helping you. We are doing business. So you're not, it's always feel like, oh, I'm trying to save you. No, you're not. This is what I do as a living.
Exactly.
Did you get? So it's just crazy. And I think I've had that experience maybe more because I'm a lady and people just feel like, oh, let me just pity her. You're not like other girls that are on the streets, sleeping with men for money. So let me help
Ah,
you. It's just weird. And people that reach out to you, they're trying to get something else. And they now form that design that they want. It's
sharp guy. Ah,
crazy. It's
ah.
crazy. They feel
So
like and they
what's
start texting you morning and night. You're the angel of my life. You've only seen me once and I'm the angel of my life. Yeah.
oh man. So now that's the bad experience. Before we get into the good parts, how to spot the red flags for this kind of clients that give you all these bad experiences?
How to spot them. So first of all, when somebody starts speaking to you disrespectfully, it's usually a red flag, and you might just be in so much, you are so broke that you're like, this is bad, but I don't mind. So I think moving forward, I learned to turn down stuff. Once I just have this intuition in you that I know that this one is going to give you trouble. It's the same thing. It's like friendship in the world. There are people you see, this one is going to be a lot of drama. At least for me, this is going to be just too much and I can't handle it. So it's the same thing with my client relationship. There are certain statements you make. There are certain way you approach me and price my work. When they always say that the people where they pay the lowest, now then they always stress you the most. It's
Not
this.
them.
It even outside Nigeria is still the same. Even in white people, full-time job, long everything. It's just ones that will pay you the least that will actually stress you the most. I don't know. It's just a general rule, and the rule is actually true. People that don't understand boundaries. So I think when we talk about how to deal with conflict, I'll talk about that boundaries. That one is a red flag. This is a red flag client. And then the way they also talk about other people, maybe they want to bring a gift to you, and then they first of all insult and
The
thoroughly
other
insult the person
designer.
that did it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that did
not
it for
them.
them. I just know that I might have a share. I'm going to take a share of this. Care is not. They will insult me the same way. So there are a lot of things to look out for. How they price you, how they approach you. There are a lot of things to actually look out for.
Your good experience. Now, what is your good experience like with Nigerian clients, specifically Nigerian clients?
I think because of the nature of the person I am, somebody that avoids trouble, I've
Mhm.
had more good experiences than bad experiences. My bad experiences is almost infinitesimal, or how did they say that word? It's not relevant. It's just like a few times that I was bad. I've learned to select the people that I work with. No matter how Sapa is hitting me, I'll choose the clients I want. So I've had my good experience. This time I designed for someone, and he was like, wow, you charge too low for your job. You should actually charge higher. He actually, funny enough, he gave me that confidence to, after I did that job, I literally increased my price by times 2. We went from being clients to being friends to hanging out. Same thing, another client, we did a job. He loved it so much. He paid extra.
Mad.
Yeah, he loved it so much. And he was like, yeah, he paid extra. There's something about your quality of work. If it's very good, people will always come back. Except of course they can't afford it. So the problem he now had with me was maybe the money, he might not be able to afford it, but he always tried to always come back. And then he would also refer people to me, refer clients to me, and he would hype me so much, like, you should actually use that girl. And he would be telling people about me, oh, Lois, 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 Lois. They even want to see who is this Lois, that kind of thing. So yeah, I've had a lot of good experiences. People that from clients, they turn to my friends, from friends, almost families, and we started doing things together outside of work, exploring other interests like hanging out, going to fun places once in a while. Put a disclaimer to that because I'm mostly in my house. Let me put a disclaimer to that. I'm mostly in my household. So clients are telling my friends and they referred me to more clients and they increased their prices and they, rewarded me appropriately for my good work. They didn't try to underprice me and stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow.
So I
And
have
they're Nigerians. They're
yeah.
Nigerians.
Yeah, they're Nigerian. Yeah.
Wow, that's wonderful. This is like a fairy tale, something you tell by the moonlight. Ah,
Yeah.
that's good. So what are like, would I say white flags? Oh, that's a pun. what are the good ways or signs to know that this kind of people are good Nigerian clients, or like clients that would make you or treat you well as you?
Yeah, so it's basically the opposite of the red flags that I mentioned. The opposite would be like they talk to you appropriately, they respect you, they respect your work, they don't try to talk down on you or talk down on your work. They don't make statements like, I have somebody else I could have given it to. So why are you here? So, they respect you, they value your work. And then the fact that they value your work not just in words, in the amount that they are willing to pay for it. They won't be like, is it not just logo? Why should I pay 100K for it? It's not just flyer. I can just do it with Canva. They don't make
Mm-hmm.
statements like that. They actually value your work. They see the value in what you're bringing and what you're doing for them. So that's it. That's a white flag. I think it's supposed to be a green flag actually instead of a white flag.
Okay.
Flag.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a green flag. They're also clear about what they want. I always tell people I'm a designer, I'm not a magician. Someone will be like, do this here, put this here. What do you want? I don't know. Okay, send me samples of what you want. No, just do this. Just feel like they should be in their mind. And sometimes you are able to interpret what they want clearly, but most times it might not exactly end well. You guys will go back and forth a lot. So yeah, the clients that they know what they want, they are able to communicate very clearly, and they communicate with you with respect. That's a good flag. Even if they don't want to use you anymore, or maybe along the line they got someone else, they don't try to downplay you in the process or make you look like a person. They still communicate that respectfully. So yeah, that's definitely a green flag.
Do you have a checklist of do's and do not try with Nigerian clients? Things that they go near, and things that you do, like a checklist, okay, these are things I should do not try, that kind of thing.
Okay, so for me, it's hard to separate Nigerian clients and every other client because at least the level of the quality of work I give to Nigerian clients is still the quality of work that I took into the international world. So one of my do's, take the business of design very seriously. As much as you're learning how to use Photoshop, Figma, XD, whatever, take the business of design very seriously. How to price yourself, how to present your work, how to get higher clients. The financial literacy part, take it very seriously. How to also manage money when it comes to you. You just may feel like I'm a designer. I always design, gigs will come. There are certain days that you would have a lot of clients, a lot of money, and then the next month nobody contacts you, or the emails you sent, no response. So you have to learn the business and the money part of design. Take it very seriously. I mean, don't be so money conscious that all you think about is money, but like take it very seriously. It's very important. As you're growing in your design skills, be also growing in your knowledge of business, how business works, how marketing works, how advertising works, how all of these business facets work. So take it very seriously. So that's one of my do's. Improve on your financial literacy as much as you improve on your skills. It will help you learn a lot about money, learn about investments. You're a designer, you're not just anything. A lot of people don't, at least for me, it's a full-time job. For some people, they feel like they're just doing it. So whatever comes, they'll take it. Take it the way you do. If you're running a company, this is how you run it. Just take it like that. Take it very seriously, learn the business of design. And then for my do's, I would say when I'm dealing with Nigerian clients, communicate effectively, set boundaries, sir, please, I'm available from this time to this time. I don't work on the weekends. I don't work on Sundays. Don't call me at 11 a.m. Of course, you might not have to say that directly, but like the way you also respond to them will communicate your boundaries, set boundaries, because certain people don't understand boundaries. Because why are you calling me by 1 a.m. in the morning? Or why are you texting me on Sunday that you need to change this and you need to change that? Some people don't understand boundaries. So communicate, have a strategy, have a plan of the way you work. Okay, from here, we're going to go from research phase to this, to first draft, to second draft, to this, to presentation. Have a clear strategy. Keep a structure. You know what? Structure is going to save you from a lot of heartache. It's going to save you from, it's even going to help you manage your time effectively. Don't get too emotionally attached to your work. I will do my design. If you don't like it, I'll take the feedback graciously. I'll align what you want, I'll communicate that to you as much as you provide solutions to people who might not have design knowledge. Generally, as a designer, is that take care of yourself. You're a designer,
Yeah.
you're not a bag of potatoes. So take care of yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, or whatever. You don't have to spend all your days just on the screen. Posture, take care of your eating habit. You're working all day, you're drinking Fanta, you're eating gala, you're not eating all day. And then for like one full week, you're not eating no vegetable, no fruit. Have free time. that you do exploring other habits, exploring other hobbies, rather doing other fun things. Those things actually make you a designer. People think that being a good designer is when you now sit on your laptop 24 hours a day. No, it's learning how to create that work-life balance. You design when you need to. In taking care of yourself, it will actually affect the quality of work that you give people. I would also say take your personal projects very seriously, because your personal projects will bring you so much clients that you won't even know about. Don't compare yourself or your journey with someone else's, especially in this social media age. You see someone posting back to back, and then you're feeling like, God, when am I doing enough? And then you enter this phase of comparison, and then they are posting images of they just landed 500,000 naira gig or 1 million naira gig, 2 million naira gig, and then you're like, God, when am I a tuber of yam?
Yeah.
And those kind of and then it's easy to just fall into that phase of comparison, and then not get into unnecessary competition. I feel like the person you should be in competition with should be yourself. Oh, I want to be a better designer than I was yesterday. Why you shouldn't compare yourself to people is that, number one, people lie a lot.
Oh my
Especially on
God.
social media, where you don't know who this person is accountable to. You don't know them in person. Nobody knows them. They're just silently in one get. Focus on yourself. Be inspired by people's journey. You should be learning and asking them to give you tips and resources, and then you're just busy comparing yourself. So it's a very futile journey. So that was one of my don'ts. Don't compare yourself. I would say don't pursue meaningless projects. It's okay to have a definition of the kind of people that you work with. There's this design agency that I really like, that design studio. So when I started design, they were one of the people that I found. I was just Googling stuff, and I found out, oh, they're actually Nigerian and they're based in Lagos. Forgetting what the tagline is. I can't remember it word for word, but there was just something about defining what they are doing, who they are, and the kind of clients they want. So it's something that you can still do as a designer, whether you're freelancing or you're working full-time. By defining the people that you want, you're going to save yourself a lot of stress. People say that, oh, there's a lesson to learn. They're like, some things, there's no lesson to learn. It's only trauma and heartbreak. There's no lesson. And then if you take your time to learn, you take your time to work on projects that will build you and accelerate you. There are some projects that will bring you down. This one is not taking you anywhere. Anything that goes. No, anything that goes does not go. That's not how you become an amazing designer. Select the things that you want. So every client is not your client, Every Nigerian client is not your client. So yeah.
You mentioned something about at some level you should start picking clients you want to work on. I would like to ask you a following follow-up questions, but not now because we're already running out of time. So if it's possible in the future, you may have to come on another video podcast like this, and then we'll talk about growth levels in design, and when should somebody start selecting their clients and when they should not. That's just another topic. I think you've mentioned it, social media and the rest. I wanted to ask sources that you get your freelance clients from. You basically mentioned all of them. Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. You've mentioned Upwork. I remember you saying Upwork.
I don't think I really mentioned Upwork, but yeah, I do have an Upwork experience. I also have freelancer.com experience, but yeah, I don't do that anymore. It takes a lot of time to get clients. It's just really stressful. But yeah, it really helps me that year. Like at least that was my first experience with making dollars. So yeah.
Let's say you want to make a specific amount from a specific client. What are the two things that you would do differently from what you have done before?
I won't undercharge myself. That's number one. I would charge my worth. And if somebody feels that they can't pay, I'll just let them be.
How about the second? What's the second thing?
The second thing I would do, I'll put myself out more. It was a lot of fear that you just realize, nobody's even judging you. Do you get? I mean, even if they're judging you, so what? I would have put myself out more in the relevant places. I would have been more confident about my work and not feel like, somebody wants to pay me that do me a favor, and not allow that thought to like seep in. I would have been like, I would have put myself out more on time. I would have saved myself all those stress of struggling in the trenches. And just be confident about myself and put myself out more there and everything. Yeah, so I'll definitely do that differently.
What kind of mistakes do you see designers make with freelancing money and how to reduce the cost of that happening? People make money from freelancing. What kind of mistake do you see them make all the time with the amount of money they make, big, small?
Not investing back into your skill or gadgets. like you just get money and you're spending it everywhere, instead of like strategically investing into something that would give you much money. It's just like, oh, I just got a huge gig and then I have this laptop that is so pickety. Investing in your gadgets, in your knowledge as a designer is the mistakes. It's not everybody, but like some people around me, something that I've seen them make. Financial literacy is something I feel like everyone should get, not just designer, developer, whether you work in tech or you don't work in tech. Financial literacy is like very important. It's like really, really important. And as a designer, it's something that people should take like very, very seriously. If you take it serious enough, you can actually build solid wealth.
This book, Millionaire Next Door, I think is a really good book, and I believe and I feel everybody in design should read it.
And I would also recommend Money Africa. No, it's a platform
Okay.
on social media.
Oh,
Yeah, they have like a very huge following on Instagram, Money Africa. They have a website too. And a lot of these books, like this book you just mentioned, the first place I saw it was through Money Africa. So, and then you can also be part of that community for like a certain amount of money. They teach you how to invest. It's not a paid, this is not a paid this thing. No, I don't know
yeah,
them
it's not.
personally. I've just been
Yeah.
following them. Yeah, but like they're really good. It's yeah, so Money Africa, read books about finances and all of that.
Nice. I would put a link to that in the description also. And I'm happy that you're here. Like, honestly, I'm happy that we had this discussion. It was interesting. So now, back to our quiz. There should be a sound effect here.
Wait,
Now,
I have to give an end note to designer now,
no, wait.
right?
After. You're supposed to give an end note. Yeah, after the quiz. Now, let's know, because we have 4 minutes left. So let's know what's your answer. If you fail it, no merch for you, and that's more money for me. So yeah.
Okay. Is it portable?
Hey! Hey!
Uh-huh. So if somebody else has told you the answer, forget it. Be
Okay,
honest.
so the meaning of PNG is portable network graphics.
Lois. Oh, you didn't know this in the beginning. I didn't know it now.
I did actually. I did actually. I know it's portable something. I don't know the rest, but yeah, I think. Okay, let me be honest. I googled it.
Yeah.
I googled it small, just small. It's not
Just
like
small. What's it?
I should still get a free. I still get a free match now. You know, I should try. Let me add it to my tech match.
No, that's fine. Whenever I'm coming to Abuja or I'm taking things to Abuja,
Does it come in different colors?
Basically, it's just this one. But if you want it to come in different colors, yes. But basically, it's cheaper if it's just all one color and not too much. So.
Oh yeah, it's fine. I don't mind black. It's okay.
No, nice. So now, what's your end notes for designers? We have 3 minutes left before I give an outro. So what's your end notes?
For designers? Okay, my end notes for designers is be a dedicated learner. Like if you're a constant learner as a designer, you're literally unstoppable. You're like a superhero. You know, if you're somebody that can always take time to learn things, read books, watch videos, pay for courses, the quality you're going to get in return is going to be massive. So be a dedicated learner. Be somebody that goes, what separates the rookies and the pros are those things. Learning. Take your time to learn. If you don't know something, you learn it. Like, take your time out to learn. And there is nothing that you put your time and effort to learn that you won't know, no matter how hard it is. Of course, a lot of things are hard in life. People say, oh, it's hard, that's why I don't do it. A lot of things are hard in life. Just get past that level. Take your time to learn, take your time to understand. If there's something you're seeing online that you don't understand, you Google it, you learn, you read about it, you get books on it, you watch videos on it. Like, put your heart into learning. Learning will make a difference in your life as a designer. It will make you stand out. It will make you just be on top of your game. It will make you bring your A game anywhere that you are. So that's my end note to designers. Be a learner. Be a learner of life. Be a learner of design. Be a learner of everything. Be very open-minded, and yeah, that's
nice.
my end note.
That's nice. Thank you so much. You heard it from Lois. As she talked about a lot. The show notes will be there, and also all the links to all the resources we have mentioned will also be in the description. So if you are missing anything or you think there's something you didn't add, you can always leave a comment and let me know. With that being said, your social media handles will also be there, even if you're not a social media person. It will still be there, right?
Yeah. No problem.
Be sure to subscribe to this channel, like the videos,
Yeah, subscribe to Drones. Bye.